everybody? Welcome back to the Perished live stream. If you're new here, this project's already open. If you're new here, my name is Max Humes, and I am the creator of the new horror game, The Perished. I've been working on it for about 2 years, and you know the drill. Today, we are here. We're going to be hanging out, chilling, but more importantly, we are going to be working on our game. This is going to be a bit of a shorter stream, probably about an hour, but today we are going to be working on level creation. So before I was naming these streams, blocking out the levels, but I changed it to level creation because, guys, our entire level is pretty much all blocked out. So before last stream, we were working on, we worked on the morgue. We finished up the morgue. Maybe the morgue was actually finished before last stream. But we definitely worked on the kitchen. So we blocked out our kitchen here. We've got counters and fridges and, stoves, ovens, stuff like that. Oh, hey, how's it going? We've got our voice actor in the live chat on Instagram. If you want to join in on YouTube, go visit the YouTube channel so that you can actually see my screen. But it's nice to see you, dude. Anyways, so last time we worked on the kitchen, we have everything pretty much laid out. Of course, the details are not in, but we're just blocking out the level currently. Cool, sounds good. No details currently, but you can see some of our paid assets are in fact laid out in the level, but obviously those are easy to put in. And then over here, what I worked on in the time that everybody was gone is we have this infirmary level, which I'm very excited about. I think it looks really awesome. So instead of me showing you guys around here in the scene mode, why don't we just go into play mode? Let's open it up. So we already saw what's on the left side. If you also didn't notice, I did in fact add some a couple details here and there. I added these plants in the middle, and of course we have our big old generators, which are currently going through the pipes that we have. We can always fix that pretty soon. We've added this big door, but as I'm going to mention, today we're going to be working on the functionality of our level, because everything is pretty much blocked out, which is really awesome. Let's see. Let me open chat just in case we get some people here in YouTube. But yeah, if you come on in here, we've got our infirmary. I think I might maybe want to make the ceiling a little bit lower here. It feels a little... It seems like when you have the large ceiling, it's a little bit too open. Remember, we want to make this scene, or this space a little more claustrophobic. And I feel like a claustrophobic ICU would have lower ceilings. But anyways, we look around, we've got this desk added in, and as you can see, I added up these hospital dividers, which were an awesome asset that came with one of the big packs that I bought. We've got a little closet area, which I think we might have done on stream last Sunday, but then we've added some hospital beds. We've actually got these hiding spaces. We've got the lockers inside of the middle of the area. So if the monster does end up following you in here, you're not just screwed. And then you come around here. We do have more to add. We're going to add in ammo to some... We're going to hide around these areas. We're going to add ammo. What else? We have to add the gasoline canisters to actually turn on the generators, and then we're also going to try and add in a flare. Now that's something we haven't quite yet implemented in the game, so we'll have the gasoline right around here. You can't come in here. Anyways, Yeah, so this is the block out of the level. We'll have a lot more to add in terms of functionality, but everything is in a really good spot. So let's get into it. The first thing that I want to add is the actual functionality to get out of the level. So we have these big old generators here. I may want to... Yeah, so we'll figure this out later. Again, this is a rough draft, so it doesn't have to look pretty. I don't care if these... I don't care too much if these barriers are in the way. So we're going to start out by working on the functionality for these generators. So let's see. I want to see if we have a gas canister that we can add. Let's just look up gas. We've got a gas cylinder. We could use one of these sort of like propane tanks. I was really more thinking an actual red gas canister, like the one that you see when you're filling up your gas tank. But, you know, this is a rough draft, so maybe this will work for now. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's move this over. I'm not even gonna go to it in the play mode. I'm just gonna bring it out here, see how big it looks. Could probably be a little bit bigger. Let's make it scale 1.1. That looks pretty solid. Okay, so we've got our gas cylinder, and this will be, for the time being, our actual gasoline thing that helps us power up the generators. We could maybe even use this, like, we could use this texture in the inventory. That would be kind of funny. Just obviously not permanently, but just for the time being. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's go ahead here and let's edit this gas canister. We are going to have to tag this as an inventory item. Or is it going to be some sort of a key? I think keys are also tagged as an inventory item, though, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of tags ending up in here. We might want to clean this up at some point. But we've got our inventory item. Let's go ahead and add... How do we want to do this? This is a good question. So this is going to be a little bit trickier than just having a normal door. Because what we want to do is we want this door to be locked until the gas cans have been filled up for both of these generators. Good question, good question. How do we want to do this? I think I'm going to move these a little closer to the door, just so that they're easier to access on the other side, right? Just a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit. There we go. Okay, so we want to make these interactables, I guess. And then we want them to have some sort of a connection to this door so that they can just unlock it once both are filled. So let's see. Do we need some sort of a manager since there are two generators? We may need that, like the game, put that into the game manager. This is a bit trickier than I thought it would be. If it was just one game object, it would be so easy because we could just have it have one counter, you know? But it's not going to be that easy. Maybe we could inherit from the door, this door. So let's go into our scripts. Let's go into our scripts and see what we're working with, because this is a big game. I don't always remember exactly what's going on everywhere. So I think it's in interactables and pure. Pure interactable essentially just means something that you can't add to your scene. Oh, did Ashley leave? Oh, Ashley joined on Instagram, but now I don't see her in the chat. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe she's coming over to YouTube. Maybe not though. I don't know. We'll see. So, okay, let's go into the door script. Let's see what we've got here. Because we did create this one-way door. So it's possible that we just make another class that inherits from door, you know? Let's also open up the one-way door script. Visual Studio takes a year to open. So we're just waiting here on our scripting software to open up. Got to be more vigilant with checking the Instagram messages. It seems like people are a lot more likely to join on Instagram than they are on YouTube, which kind of makes sense, you know. Oh, and peep the don't steal it, but peep the perished background that we had right there. I'm not even gonna bring it up again because you got to join the mailing list if you want the background. Okay, we have Visual Studio. Visual Studio is a go. Oh, it opened up. It ended up opening two totally different windows. That's why it took so long. So, lit shader is lit, but we actually need door and one-way door. So we have both of those open. Let's just close all the other tabs. Make things nice and neat for ourselves. So, let's see. Try open door. Yeah, so we could do something like... So over here in one-way door, what we did is we inherited from door using some classic inheritance, polymorphism, whatever you want to call it, so that we pretty much got all the methods and properties from door. Let's go ahead and clean up our code, get rid of unused usings, just because it makes things look a little cleaner. And let's go ahead and, yeah, is this how we want to do it? I think it might be. I think there might be... that scared the crap out of me. I looked at this thing in the Instagram live, and I thought there was like somebody behind me. Okay, let's go to scripts. Pretty good shores are born. Wow, this is really annoying, these load times with Unity. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Okay, thank you. So let's go ahead in here and let's create a new C# script. We're going to call this not a one-way door, but a multiple keys door. Yeah. But you know what? This door is also supposed to have a code. So that makes things even more complicated too. Or does it? So what we could do is we're going to make a keypad, right? So we put the keypad next to the door, and then the keypad is what gets the and then the keypad is what could open up the door. So we have something called a keypad, which is more like It's not a key because it's not an inventory item, right? This is tricky. I don't know what's the best way to design this. You got to really think about the design. But I think we're going to call it keypad. And this is going to unlock whatever door we give it. Yeah, that's simple enough. Yeah, I'm overcomplicating things. Don't overcomplicate things, guys, especially when we're just making a rough draft. We can always change this. Just like we will change the visuals later, I can always come back and refactor. So, inside of keypad, we are going to not inherit from mono behavior. We're going to inherit from door. No, that's not right. We're just going to have... So it's not going to be an is-a relationship. It's going to be a has-a. That's composition for you right there. This is my big comp sci degree coming to work for you guys. So instead of being a door, we're going to have a door called door. Right? That's fine. Yeah. We'll give this an access modifier. We'll make it... We actually might want to make it private because I don't think there's anybody that's really going to need to access the door except for the keypad itself. So yeah, we're going to make this private. And then, of course, this may have public methods which other things can interact with. One thing that I think is really cool about computer science and about specifically software methodology is that when you're designing, like when you're doing object-oriented programming, which I love, object-oriented programming, some people trash it, but it just works, you know? But one thing that's really awesome is that when you're doing object-oriented programming, when you're doing object-oriented programming, oh, hey, Nana's here. How's it going? I was talking to my YouTube thing. I don't know if you heard me repeat the same thing like 3 times over again. It's because nobody's here, and I'm trying to get a good clip to put on my YouTube Reels. But I'm gonna keep going with it. I was talking about object-oriented programming. How's it going, Nana? But anyways, with object-oriented programming, what I think is really cool is that when you're creating a new object or a new class, usually the best way to design it is as if it was an actual object in the real world. So for instance, our keypad can be accessed from the outside, but the keypad is like plugged into the door, right? So the door that we have here is going to be set to private. Yeah. When when nobody's here, I pretty much just like try and get content that I can post to my YouTube. All right, so let's keep going. Private door. We're using composition here, and we're going to be able to access that door and open it whenever we need. And then, shouldn't this have like we want to make this an interactable actually. So we're going to inherit from interactable. And that's an interface, so we're going to need to implement those interface methods, which is interact. And let's see. We can get rid of the start and update because this probably isn't going to need anything like that. And whenever you interact, what we're going to want to do, we're going to have to design a new UI thing so that you can actually input the door code. That might be a little tricky. I guess that's going to be one of the biggest items that we have on our to-do list. But I guess we can just have it for now, that it just opens the door as soon as we have all 4 of the gas canisters that we need. So on top of having this private door, actually, you know what? We make it private, but we serialize the field. We want to serialize the field so that we can see it in the Unity editor. And then, oh my god, I just realized my my camera has been blocking the code this whole time. So why don't I put this down in the bottom right corner? Well, that's annoying. Yeah, make it a little bigger so you guys can see me. So let's see. We're gonna serialize it so that I don't have to worry about getting a reference to the door. I can just plop it in the Unity editor. And then private door. We're also going to want, do we want to make this public or private? We probably want to make it serialized field in private. And we're going to call this a generator, I guess. So, actually, yeah, we probably don't want the generators to be essentially sending a message to the keypad, because that's not how this whole thing works. We want the keypad to be checking if the generators are full. So we're going to say private. Do we call it generator? We might already have a class called generator right now. Interactables. No, it wouldn't be inventory items. Yeah, we do have a class called generator. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, this is the whole thingy. And we might want to do this eventually. Oh, I wonder if we should inherit from mono behavior and interactable, because this keypad, yeah, we do have to do that. Is it with a UR? Is it one of those dumb? Yeah, they do the OUR, the whole British thing. The typer names to make mono B. Is that how it's spelled? Do I not know how to spell? Oh, it's because we need the capital B. Okay, mono behavior. And mono may, yeah, let's make this a little bigger so that everybody can see. That's what I should have been doing the whole time. So we got public class keypad, mono behavior, interactable, and inside interact, I'll make it a little smaller. No, so we got a private. We don't want to call it generator. What do we want to call it? We can just call it like large generator, I guess. Or we could call it not large generator. We could call it. What do you do? Bunker generator. That's what we're gonna call it. Bunker. And we haven't actually defined what a bunker generator is, but that's fine for now. We'll call that generator 1, and then we're gonna just duplicate all this and make a second one. You could make it an array of generators, but that's not really necessary. Oh, shoot. Copy. Paste. We call this one generator 2. And then in here, on interact, we want to say if bunker. Oh, no, we call it generator 1. Generator 1. So do we want to be able to see exactly? No, we want it to be called powered on. So we're going to say if generator 1 dot powered on and generator 2 dot powered on, then we are going to say door dot locked equals false. Yeah, that looks good. So I think that's pretty much all we need for the keypad. So let's go ahead and add in the keypad. We're also going to have to make this bunker generator class, but that will be in just a second. So let's go ahead and create a cube. This will be our keypad. So we're just gonna make a normal old. Let's see. Am I tripping? Where's 3D? Why can I not see 3D? 3D object, there we go. Make a cube. We will call it keypad. We'll make it blue, because blue is cool. And let's move it towards the door. I'm sorry for tripping. Trip is what I do. So let's make it a lot smaller along the Y or the X-axis. We'll give it like a value of 0.1. We'll have it sticking out just slightly. That's actually like pretty solid. Yeah, it looks like it's right up there. And then let's make it a little skinnier. Probably a little. We'll do it at like point. Yeah, we'll do 0.5. And then we'll make this like 0.7, 0.8. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. And let's make it blue. So let's just add on a quick and easy material. I don't know who this is, who this material is. We can delete that though. Oh boy. I'm gonna cancel that and I'm gonna save my project because oh my gosh, every time something like that happens, I just have the biggest heart attack. I think that I'm about to lose absolutely everything. So let's go and make myself a little smaller on the stream. But I don't know why this is here. So let's delete that. That should not be inside of the scripts folder, but we can create a material and just make it a normal blue color. So you can go right click, create, and there should be a material. We'll call this, do we call it blue material or green keypad material? Keypad material is obviously specific, but maybe we want to use the blue material for other testing purposes. And obviously we're going to change the material of all these things later on. So we've got that. Let's go over and make it blue. Make it a little darker, I guess. Let's make it pretty not smooth. Make it like 0.2. Metallic. Maybe make it a little bit metallic, like a 0.4. So it should be a unsmooth metal, is essentially what we've got here. Yep, and that's our keypad. We're gonna go ahead and tag this as an interactable. Add a component, and we're gonna add our keypad. And since it hasn't compiled, that's why we're not seeing these serialized fields. So we've got our bunker generator 1 and 2. We need to create this bunker generator class. So let's come back into our scripts. Go to interactables, pure, and we're gonna create a script called bunker generator. There we go. So we have our bunker generator script. These go away, but of course we don't have a powered on field yet. So we're gonna come in here and we're going to create a property. When is it that we want to use properties versus public? When do you use a property in a class versus a public thingy? Like, I feel like this is when we use a property, but it's just intuitive to me. So when field versus property. This doesn't look like a good one. C#. Little confusing. No, let's go to Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is always good. Not always, but properties expose fields. Fields should almost always be kept private to a class and accessed via get and set properties. Properties provide a level of abstraction allowing you to change fields. So you're supposed to use properties. So yeah, this makes sense to me because essentially the property here is if the generator is powered on, and the generator is going to be powered on if you have both gas canisters, which is essentially the private field. So here we say something like private, I guess we're going to call it an int because it's how many gas canisters it takes, right? So private int, and this should also come from interactable. We're going to implement the method. It's the best interface I've ever made. So let's go ahead and take this stuff out. Private int, what do we call it? Fuel level. We'll just call it private int fuel. And then we have a public property that allows you to get it. And private set. So we say public bool powered on. What's the syntax here? Don't always remember because I'm jumping between stuff so often. You know, I'm using JavaScript at my work. I'm using C# there too, and it's a whole mess. So we say get. Return fuel is greater than or equal to 2. Well, do we actually have to set powered on? We could just have it as that, right? I don't even think we need a set. Does it automatically make a set? So this is a read-only property essentially. Do we want to tag it as read-only? What version of C# does Unity use? That's the question. What version of C# does Unity use? Unity supports unmanaged function pointers as introduced in C# 9, but it doesn't support extensible calling conventions. It looks like it's definitely above 6, so I think we don't have to put the read-only modifier. I think we can just leave it as that. And you know what, why don't we, this doesn't need to be a full line. We can just make this a one-line thing. I like it. We can make these together because they're sort of grouped together. They affect each other. And on interact, we're going to say if, we might want to make a start method to just set this fuel level. Unity setting versus start. Setting variable. Set variable at declaration versus start. When should you declare difference between assigning a variable value before or inside start? That's exactly what I was asking. Is there any fundamental difference between assigning value to a variable before or inside the start method? Oh my god, this, like, they never give a straight answer. They have to have this whole crazy thing. So yeah, you just come down to the bottom paragraph. So it turns out that it does matter where you apply your values in Unity as component lifecycle. Await will always be called before start. Serialization, it really doesn't matter to me. I don't know if Unity changes this at all, but at least in the pure C# world, the only difference shown with the question, do you intend to read from the example float before calling start? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, this guy gave me a straight answer, but I don't know if he's right. He only has one upvote. Oh boy. Stack Overflow. So this is useful to know. Normally the point of assigning values at declaration is to provide sensible default values. This sets the value when a component is first added to a game object or when the component is reset. Sounds like we might want to just set it in there. Yeah, and assigning in the inspector is a convenience thing. That makes sense. Awake is for internal values that need to be set before the component is used. That makes sense. Okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you, Kiwasi. You are the best, even though you posted this over 10 years ago. Wow. I feel old because this is probably when I started using Unity, you know? So yeah, we're gonna say fuel equals 0. So in here, we're going to say if fuel is less than 2, then we're going to fuel plus plus. Very simple scripts here. So if you guys noticed, we are not doing anything to check that the player actually has the gas canister. They can just go up and straight ahead turn on the generator, but we're iterating here. We're already making some decent progress. So we come here, we have our keypad script, and we are going to add a door to this bitch. Let's say door. Door number. Ooh, I don't know. So I use this door number just as sort of an index. This is not a good practice. This is the kind of stuff that I want to refactor, but like, gosh, I gotta get this game done first, you know? So let's look at this door right here and see what door number this is. That's door number 4, so the one down here is gonna be door number 5. In fact, it probably won't even be door number 5 because we're gonna have a door right here, but we'll refactor later. That's our quote of the day. We will refactor later. That's how you get out of good coding practices. Just code now, refactor later, even though you know you're never gonna do it. Okay, so door number 5. Come on. I can't use my numpad, that's annoying. It's not opened. It is locked. The color, the color. I don't even want to talk about the color. Why do you have to put in the color? Because I made the worst friggin' thing in the world. The color is used as a way to determine what animation to play. That's all I'm going to say. And you have to input the color by hand. And the color, it's not even the color. Like, I'm going to call this, like, hexagon bunker door or something like that. Or what did I call it? What was the quote unquote color of this door up here? You don't have a color. Okay, well actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave it blank for now just because I'm not gonna do the animation quite yet. We're gonna do it soon, but not yet. No, I shouldn't do it. So where is it leading to? It's leading to the lab. So we're gonna call this lab door. Or we're just gonna call it the color lab. It is the color lab. Locked text. I thought we already did it so that... Oh, no. Yeah, we're good here. So we'll say the locked text. And this is something I actually did that was good. I refactored the doors so that you don't have to have a separate UI component or a separate UI object for each door to say what it says when it's locked. Instead, you can just input the lock text and how long you want it to be on the screen. So we'll say lock text duration 2. Yep, that makes sense, right? We'll call it 3, and we'll say door requires keypad input. ... And then over here, we're actually going to have to use our text manager. I want to get this out of the way. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to say else. And man, it does feel good when you like actually use good coding practices here, because before I was talking about bad stuff, but I created this text manager and I can just go text manager dot, but there should be like a display text method. Oh, we have to say dot instance, and then we can say dot is it? Let's just use our Control F and see what it's called. Display, yeah, it's display text. And then you just say the text and the duration. So we're going to use a little bit of display text. We're going to use a little bit of good coding practice here, but I might just hard code this string in and say keypad requires power. And the duration should be you know what? No, let's just make it a field. Let's make it a field. We'll say public keypad text keypad, or no, we'll say keypad power text. Public float text duration. And you know what? I wonder if there's an overload that'll just give me like a default. Yeah, there is. I'm just going to use the default. I'm not even going to use the text duration. So there's some overloading for you here. We have two overloads of this method. One of them, you can just input that text and it'll give you a default value for how long it goes. So now if we come down here, I think, if I'm not incorrect, let's make sure that everything has gotten the scripts that they need. We have these 4 different objects which should have scripts on them. We're going to say this is, but once we connect everything together, I think it should be working kind of how I envisioned it. Obviously, we're going to keep going with it, but how I envisioned the first iteration. So we're going to say keypad power text is keypad requires power, ... The door, we're going to get this door item. Bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, ricochet. I'm titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. We're gonna tag this as inventory item. Nope, not inventory item. It'd be pretty awkward to fit into your pockets. We're gonna tag it interactable, and we add on our generator, bunker generator script. That looks good. Do the same thing for our other industrial generator, interactable, and bunker generator. Cool. And then, let's see. We come back to the door looks good. We come to the keypad, we still need our a reference to both of our generators. So, where were they? Oh, it's all the way at the top, that's annoying. Yeah, this is why I also need to, I need to make this a little, I need to do some spring cleaning in my hierarchy. Can I just drag the actual thing from the scene view? No, I can't. How do I do this? Okay, I go to keypad, then I scroll up here and grab the industrial generator. That's how we do it. That's annoying, but I dug my own grave with this one. Okay, so this is that. Let's just run it. Shoot for the moon. Ooh. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I'm titanium. That shall stay on the ground for a little while. It's gonna have to be an inventory item. Probably want to add a rigid body to that so it doesn't just seem like a immovable object. So, okay, we come to the door, and the door doesn't work. Keypad does though. So let's come out. The door is absolutely fucking huge. We need to make the door smaller. Maybe we do that now. 0.5. But it needs to fit inside of the hole that I made for it, which is also fucking huge. Oh, I used my 2 F-bombs. That's not good. You know what? This honestly looks fine, right? Yeah, that looks good. We'll keep it at 1.5 for now. I made a little pact to myself that on these streams, I'm gonna keep it PG-13, so 1 F-bomb per stream, but I just used a second one. So this stream is officially rated R, y'all. Officially getting into adult territory. I just made it smaller. I didn't even change anything. I need to actually label the door. Yeah, goofball. We'll label it as a door. And that should do it. Super blue, super blue. Generator is there. Generator. Okay, so we can see everything, but not the fucking door. Oh my god, I just dropped a third one. Well, I am frustrated, that's why. Why is this not working? Oh, it's because I tagged the wrong one. Damn it. So what is this mesh collider? Well, okay. I don't even get it. I don't get how this asset works. I didn't make it. Not my problem. This should work. And yep, it works. If we press E, the door requires keypad input. Whoa. Keypad requires power. You know what? The default one is really quick. Maybe we can make that a little longer. Okay, but if we come here, we press E, that added a thing to it. We press E, that added a thing to it. Do the same thing over here. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom! So that actually worked, believe it or not. It looked like nothing happened, but we press E twice on the second generator. The left generator, excuse me. And that, we pressed E twice on each generator. That powered the keypad. I should have checked to see that the door still wasn't open, but I seriously doubt it was. But yeah, it was unlocked, and you can tell because it says there's no animator script here, and it was trying to play the door animation. So let's make the door animation really quick. Let's make an animator. Yeah. And that's what we're supposed to attach it to, right? Just coming back here and looking at one of my other doors as an example to check for myself. So it's got one-way door script, and then the animator. Yeah. We also want an audio source so that we can play a audio clip. Hey, Trollcat, how's it going? My sister Delaney is on the Instagram right now. Delaney, you should come and look at my YouTube live stream because then you can actually see my screen. Right now we're doing some game dev. You can learn how to create a game. We're going to play Apex later, guys. Hello, Trollcat. You're the only one here. Nobody's interested in looking at my game dev stream on a Tuesday night. But I'm just here working on the game. Oh, looks like Hannah just got back too. Here at Wawa? Oh, that's fine. I don't think I'm going to be streaming that long, Delaney. We'll talk about it during Apex. Hannah's back.
Hello. And I have teams.
Cool. I'm probably going to hop off pretty soon here, but Delaney just got on the stream.
Hi, Delaney.
She's like Hannah Queen. Nobody came on YouTube today, but we got some Instagram viewers, which is good.
Nice.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, but Delaney, feel free to stick around as long as you want. I'm gonna go another like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna eat our canes. But I want to get this door rotation working. So we have to add a audio component, audio source component. I'm gonna move these up, move up, just because I like things to be organized. And then let's see. Audio source. I wonder if I don't think I have a good audio clip to play. Maybe I should just play a funny audio clip, like there's a dog sound. Let's play a dog sound when you open this door. Yeah, we're gonna play that. So it's just a dog bark when you open the door. Thanks, Delaney. See ya. And then inside the animator, we have to create a controller. So let's see. We go into animation. We go create. Create animator controller. We call this. What did we call the door? Lab door. Yeah. Oh, and it has to be named something. Yeah, lab door controller. And the animations have to be named something specific because of the whole color thing I was talking about. So we're going to create two animations called, let's go ahead and make sure that we're in here. Has the lab door controller. Oh, I think that I might have put it on the wrong thing. Yeah, this shouldn't be here. We remove this component. There's two parts to the door. The part that actually swings out is the one that we want to put the animator controller on. So we go lab door controller in there. Okay, now we open this up and we can create a thingy called lab door, or we're just going to call it lab. I think it's lab door open. .anim. Yep. So we go there, and then let's quickly do this. We're going to keyframe our rotation. We have to make sure that we press the record button. We add a key for our rotation here, and then we just swing this door open. Oh, we want to rotate from the root, so we go to pivot. There we go. Now we can rotate from the pivot. And let's probably rotate inwards. That looks bad. Oh, looks like YouTube is about to, or looks like Instagram just ran out. So it looks like it actually wants us to open the door this way. So we'll just do that. That's fine. I don't care. Let's just bring it out to about 60 frames, which should be 1 second, and it's gonna open like that, up to 145. Let's look at how that goes. Maybe a little bit slower, just because it's a big, heavy door. And that heaviness is going to be really felt when you hear the dog bark that opens it. We'll just do a full 2 seconds. Yeah, that looks good. We do want to make it so that our box collider is disabled while this is happening. I did, in fact, forget to do this on the other one. So why don't we add key here? We make it so that the box collider is not on until you get over here, just so that the door doesn't swing and start pushing the player if they're standing too close. And that looks pretty good. Let's make our lab door open, and then we should be in good shape. Create a new clip. Lab door open. Or no, close. There we go. Lab door close. And here we're just pretty much making it the inverse of what we just did. So we're going to record. We're going to put this to 145. And then over 2 seconds, we're going to swing on over to 0. There we go. Now on the close, we just also want to make sure that our box collider turns off. So we're going to add a key, turn it off here, add a key over here, and turn it back on for when it's closed. And, you know, close obviously doesn't matter too much for the purposes of just our early playtests, but I think we're pretty cool with that. Oh, we had it as play on awake. You can't have it as play on awake. Alrighty, moment. Oh. Ay. We also had those two as loop time. So we have lab. Did I call that lob door open or lab door open? I think I called it lob door. Yep. There we go. Okay, so both of these should not be on loop time. Otherwise, they're just going to happen randomly, which is not at all what we want. And, oh, I think we also want to just set a default state. So we're going to create an empty state, we're going to call it default, and we're going to have, let's just make sure that this is how we did it with the other doors. Let's look at the animator here. Yeah, default and then open. I guess we don't have a close on the armory door, which we should probably have at some point, but it really doesn't matter. Yeah, so we got our default state. We want to make a transition from entry to default, and then we want to delete the transition to open because we don't actually want it to immediately open when we get into the game, or when we get into the game. How do I delete this? Okay, so this one like has to be the default, I guess. So instead of doing it like this, I'm gonna delete this bad boy. How do I delete? Oh, there we go. Okay. No, I can't. Yeah, so I can't delete that one. I was correct about that. But we're gonna make this one lab door open. We're gonna call this something different. Lab door op. Call that lab door open, this one default. And set the motion to none. So by default, our door should not be moving. Not until we tell it to. And this should hopefully work. Hannah, you bamboozled me. You put...
Oh, it's Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of Dr. Pepper. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
I know, I'm sorry. I was wondering if you noticed.
If I'd noticed, excuse you. Who do you think I am?
I knew you noticed.
Alright, keypad input, so we input on the keypad and then it should be unlocked. And our door openeth. Oh, perfect. And that is a perfect time to end the stream. So, we got a little bit done today. We've pretty much implemented a very basic version of how these generators, the door, and the keypad are going to work. Next time around, actually probably not next time around, I'm probably going to work on the game tomorrow, off stream. So off stream, what I'm going to probably be doing is making it so that these generators actually take the gasoline canisters in order to open the door. Next time, we'll probably be working on actually getting the monster into this space, or we're going to be working on the UI for the keypad because it would be really cool to be able to input the numbers to open the door. And then, of course, on top of that, inside of the morgue, we're going to have to find a way to display these numbers over here in blood, as we mentioned before. But that is all stuff for next time. Thank you to all the people who didn't tune in because we didn't have any viewers on YouTube today, but hopefully that'll change soon. And hopefully everybody is excited to play the Parish this August. Thanks.